Hi class, this is Professor Viersen, and this is the first video that we have for the semester, and I will send out 2 or 3, maybe even 4 videos to help you go through the homework problems. I usually pick the more difficult ones, and I also like you to have a narrative so you can hear some of the concepts that are in managerial accounting. Now, this problem is just a way to really get everybody started because it's identical to the problem you'll have when you do the homework. And I have cut back on the number of homework assignments this semester to try and focus in on the most important. Okay, so the first homework problems will be due on the first Saturday, which is 8/27. So let's go ahead and get started. It says, according to the IMA Standard of Ethical Professional Practice, management accountants should follow 4 standards: competence, confidentiality, integrity, and credibility. Each of these standards contains specific responsibilities. Classify each of the following responsibilities according to the standard it addresses. So we'll do, about half of these, and then I'll leave the rest up to you. So just taking a look at this, the standard of competence means you have to perform at a professional level. That means going back to school, continually upgrading your skills. That's the idea of competence. Confidentiality, that's where you have to keep the information confidential. Now, sometimes you have to disclose some information, but I remember the movie Big Chill where they all got together for this funeral, the people that had graduated from college, and the guy's running along in the morning run with his friends and says, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but our company's going public. Okay, so that would lack confidentiality. You have to keep things confidential. Integrity is where you avoid conflicts of interest and you refrain from unethical and discredited behavior. In other words, don't go out and get drunk in public, or don't do things that really put a bad light on the company. And then finally, credibility. In other words, communicating information fairly and objectively, and this definitely has to do with disclosing all relevant information. Okay, so first of all, maintain an appropriate level of professional expertise. This would definitely have to do with the concept of competence. Okay, and then you would click check my answer. And so we're kind of looking at how we do this. Recognize and communicate professional limitations that would preclude responsible judgment or successful performance. In other words, you can't tell everybody you can do something if you're not really competent to do it. Okay? The third one says disclose all relevant information that could be reasonably expected to influence the users of that information. So that's where you get into credibility, disclosing information that is appropriate. Number 4, disclose delays or deficiencies in information, timeliness, processing, or internal controls. Again, this has to do with credibility. Anytime you see the word disclose, should think credibility. Okay, keep going. I'm going to do a few more of these. Perform professional duties in accordance with relevant laws and regularities. I kind of wish they didn't go in this order, but that would be competence. And I'm going quickly because I expect you guys to be able to do this by looking a little closer. Abstaining from engaging in supporting or any activity that might discredit the profession. Okay, so there's your integrity one. Okay, so if I was to go on and finish it, I would be doing all the work for you, but you get the idea. Now, when you get to the situation where it talks about keeping information confidential, that would be confidentiality. So that's just a quick look at one video or one homework assignment in Chapter 1.